Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Now, before we get started today, we have another piece of artwork here from Jack McFadden Finlayson, simply entitled Snout, who is, of course, the mayor of Delersholid. This is one beautiful piece of artwork. All the hatching and stuff, it must have taken forever. I almost feel like I can hear her now. I especially like her dour expression and that scar across her face and neck, and of course you can't forget her mangled snout, hence the nickname. And this crown? How cool. It is of course the double gloves of Delersholid. Oh Snout, we all know you're not as dour as you appear to be, just a softie, and that's why you're mayor. Fantastic work, Jack, I really appreciate it. It's people like you that really help to bring life to Delersholid. Well, without further ado, let's get on with today's episode. Hello YouTube, and welcome back once again to Delersholid. My dwarves are still busy at work getting rid of the mess from that goblin siege. Corpses are still reanimating, but I think it's mostly petered off by now. We also still have to get rid of all these spiked balls out here. They're just all over the place. That's going to take some doing to get rid of. So they're mostly going to be busy doing that. In the meantime, let's go down to the old fortress caverns here and start doing some more planning with this whole waterfall situation. Okay, so the water's going to flow from the reservoir down this little channel here and then come down through this stairway. Down, 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 to about here. Now, I was thinking I should make some sort of a pond or something like that. Just kind of a larger water area. And then have the river kind of trail off along this wall. Or maybe I should have it come around the bottom. And then over this way. And then out. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to try my best not to make the thing, like, circular or anything like that. Because, you know, I try to fight off the whole OCD thing that I know is an inherent problem that comes with playing Dwarf Fortress. Everything's got to be equal, everything's got to be symmetric, and for the most part, everything is symmetric here in Delersholid. But I feel like something like this should have a kind of a natural flow to it. It shouldn't be round. I mean, there's going to end up being trees and grass and all kinds of weird shit growing out here anyways. We're trying to make it look like a natural underground place over here. Okay, I'm liking that shape right there. Not too circular, got some weird little lumps on the sides of it. I'm not going to make it just one Z level deep either. Maybe just two, with some ramps on the sides, just in case someone falls in, they can climb back out. I think this is how the river's going to end up looking. I have to get rid of a couple of these mason workshops so we can finish it up, but this is what we're going to be working with right here. Well, and I suppose while we're at it, I should make some bridges controlling the water that leads down into the actual trap hall. First of all, I'm going to put fortifications in all of these little entries and exits into the trap hall here. Except for a couple, just for access. Oh my goodness, you foolish man. Alright, it seems I completely forgot about these water tunnels that lead down into the trap hall right here, right next to one of these exits. So I can't dig that down now, or else it'll just drain straight out into the underground. Oh, it's gonna take a little bit of a workaround. What a pain in my ass, YouTube. Gotta rearrange a couple of these bridges, dig some new tunnels, fix up some old ones. Them to breaks. I suppose I will take the first conquerors off their patrol duties for now, just so I can help get rid of some of this mess out here. Oh shit, we do have an ogre corpse and it is very close to where my dwarves are. That's no good. I'm gonna call out the squads. Hopefully they can get there before there's trouble. Asin Olonia, I can't even pronounce that last name. The Iron Tamer has given birth to a boy. Lovely, but we don't have time for that right now. Squads assemble at the field of balls, please. Come on, let's go, keep going. Oh, it is definitely coming this way. Alright, I'm sending them out. Let's go, warriors. Alright, they're fighting it, and it is dead. Just that easy. It did nothing at all. Fantastic. Alright, so the entire river and pond is carved out. I'm just going to make the pond a little bit deeper in the middle. And just like that, I could connect this river up to this outflow canal that I already built. And that'll work out absolutely fine, I think. Okay, they finished off this next layer of the pond, so we're gonna get that all smooth, get rid of some of those ramps down there, and then we have to get rid of all this stone as well. There we are, all nice and connected. Got up some fortifications so there's no accidents in the future. And now we have to try to get rid of all of this stone. And there really is a ton of it here. As for flooding this place and getting it all nice and muddy, I'd really like to get rid of all these stones first, but that will take forever. Like, maybe actually forever, yes, because this isn't just the stones carved out from like this level here, it's all the stones from all of these levels all collected up on top of each other. I guess we'll have to see on that. But for the actual process, I guess we could block up this river exit here, and then when the water starts flowing, it will just flow into this cavern and cover the bottom of the floor. Then I can open it back up and it would just drain out through here. And I think that'll work out pretty nice. Just put a bridge just like this on the other side of this fortification. We'll make it out of, how about cobaltite? Alright, that bridge underneath was just built. It's good, got that out of the way. Still have a ton of stone to get rid of here, YouTube. They're working on it, but it is taking forever. Alright, I see our floodgates are complete for the entry tunnels into the trap hall, so let's get those in place. All but a couple, that is, because we still need that access up top. Oh shit, right, we were going for the whole natural thing. I guess I shouldn't have smoothed these cavern walls. Nah, whatever. Oh boy, Muffcat Logamlek, the Dirtbeard, has withdrawn from society. Muffcat has claimed a craft dwarf workshop, bringing back a log, and another log, and yet another log. Tetrahedrite ore, I believe. Some silver bars, that's cool. And some sort of a gem, some cloth. We have yet another gem. Well, what the hell? A cougar corpse? How? I mean, this is goddamn episode 17 of this, and how the hell have we never seen a cougar corpse ever? That's bizarre. I don't know if I like the sounds of that either. I'm willing to bet it's nowhere near as strong as an ogre though, so I'm just gonna send out the first conquerors and the ravenheads to take care of it real quick. I have the distinct feeling that if it gets its claws into a civilian, they'll be ripped to shreds immediately. Screw that strange mood guy, I wanna watch this whole thing go down. And just that fast, I didn't even see what happened. Yeah, it did literally nothing to any of my guys. Huh, easy enough. Back to that strange mood fella, who looked to still be getting stuff for his goddamn artifact. I don't usually like it when they bring back too much stuff, because it just makes whatever the hell they end up making just this big mess of crap thrown together. Orthoclase blocks. Oh, and he has begun mysterious construction. I can hardly wait to see it. We've made some great progress on getting rid of the stone down here, but only to the south, over on the left side here. It's still just all cluttered with stones. Muffcat Logamlek, the Dirtbeard, has created Castalgaroth, a willow ring. A ring, huh? So he managed to fit all that crap into a ring? As in a small ring that goes on somebody's finger. Okay, let's take a look at this monstrosity. Castalgaroth, the Emancipated Disemboweler. Jesus Christ. This is a willow ring. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. This object menaces with spikes of silver, morion, cave spider silk, and precious fire opal. Now, I'm curious as to how a ring menaces with spikes. I mean, it's on your hand, for God's sake. On the item is an image of Adil Plungeglaze, the dwarf. The artwork relates to the appointment of the dwarf Adil Plungeglazes to the position of General of the Foggy Books in 1. On the item is an image of 3 cashew trees in chicken bone. Jesus Christ. It's really not as bad as I thought it was. I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to picture exactly how that shit fits together onto a small ring. There are several different types of spikes menacing on it. I don't know, I guess it all just must just fit on there somehow. Good job. Throw in the pile. Okay, begun linking up the trap hall maze and the gates into and out of the trap hall to these levers in here. That's going to be a colossal pain in the ass as well. Here's a dwarf I find actually rather quite interesting. Momas Logemotar, the Lord Doctor.
I have communed with Tomad. My spirit moves.
A lovely lady dwarf. 77 years old, and currently her right ear is broken. She has a broad body made broader still by no shortage of surrounding lard. She is dour as a rule. She likes to present herself boldly, even if it would offend an average sense of modesty. She doesn't try to get things done perfectly. You're the chief doctor. Come on, Momas. She generally acts impartially and is rarely moved to mercy. Okay, Momas, I think you've earned yourself a nickname, being such a character and all. How about Momas Grim Logemoltar, the Lord Doctor? A dour, merciless doctor, going about her duties because she knows that's what she has to do. I like it. And there you have it, YouTube. The canals are all clear. That is fantastic. Took a while, but it was definitely worth it, I think. Now then, the canal is all done, and this bridge over here is getting linked up as we speak. I also got rid of all those mason workshops. Now then, if I fill this with water right now, I don't think these rocks will obstruct anything. I do have a couple of these traps over here, so I'm gonna get rid of those. We only really have one go at this whole thing. It'd be a pain in the ass to get to any spots that we missed muddying. I still have my dwarves getting rid of some of this stone down here because the water up top is still frozen. It is late winter, so it shouldn't be long. Very soon now, very soon, water shall flow through Delersholid. I guess before we let all that water down here, I'll put a couple bridges down just right here and here, just for easy access across this river. My dwarves are still frantically getting rid of all this stone that's down here. I made a couple little dump piles just around the area, just so we can kind of consolidate everything. I'm not sure how this water is going to affect things, if things are going to be floating around perhaps. I really hope that doesn't happen, because I don't want there to be a lot of items down at the bottom of this canal. That'd be a giant pain in the ass, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're still trying to link up all of the bridges in the maze hall there, and now we have all the floodgates up as well, so I'm going to have to link this lever up to those. Oh my god, YouTube, this is so boring. It's going to be like 10 seconds of footage for you, but I'm literally sitting here for like just hours. It's horrible. We're now into slate, and the rivers are still frozen. Soon enough, no rush. Now, would you look at that, YouTube? The bottom half of the fortress cavern is all clear of stone. I guess we might as well continue on to the top half of the cavern here. It's not like we can do a damn thing until all those floodgates are linked up. Right, we're still working on about half of those floodgates, believe it or not. But we have almost all of the rocks down here taken care of, which is fantastic. So I guess we're going to do that first. Now then, YouTube, would you take a look at that? A thing of beauty. All of that rock is now condensed in just a couple little dump piles, and we'll take care of that later. Looks like one of the cogs dwarves is linking up that last floodgate. There are really a ton of factors going into this whole water system. How much you want to bet I don't have them all in check? Oh, Jesus Christ. Dastot likes quivers, apparently, so thank God she hasn't made a lot of mandates so far. That's a killer right there, YouTube, because we don't have the leather for it. I don't think you can make them out of cloth, which is a bit silly, yes. Oh, you can make them out of adamantine. That might actually be easier here in Delersholid. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's much we can do about that. Like, I really don't want to butcher another one of these pigs. Maybe I'll just let her sit with it for a while, and maybe we can scrounge up some leather from nowhere? Yeah, I don't know. Here comes that cogs dwarf setting up that last floodgate. Wait, you know what? Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe it wasn't a big deal that we got those floodgates set up. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, all of the floodgates for the trap hall are now complete. Whether that was necessary or not, I'm still not 100% sure. But it's done. And it is now summer. The water should be a-flowing as we speak. So what's the holdup, YouTube? One last double check. Okay, the water's going to come in through here. This gate is now closed. Down, down, down. Through this tunnel right here. This nice smooth tunnel. Down, down, down. Down to here. And then flow into the reservoir. Down, down, down. To this level. Right here. Now let me just make sure there's a floodgate in every single one of these tunnels. We are good. We are good. Now the reservoir is going to overflow out this way, out here, then go down this little flight of stairs, out into the tunnel, splash down, kaboosh, into this pond, right? And this whole thing's just going to start overflowing because we already have this bridge closed up over here. I think we're good to go, YouTube. What do you say? Let's pull that lever right here. Pull that lever. This lever right here is actually going to be the permanent lever for that. Both of these levers are currently linked up to that bridge. I don't know if that screws up anything, but I'll pull this one down here. And you know what? I'm actually going to save before I do this because with my luck, I'm going to crash and I'll have to do all that freaking stone shit again. Okay, we are saved and Dwarf is on their way to pull this lever. And the lever is pulled and that bridge, and that bridge, and that bridge. Oh, she closed. Interesting. And scary. Maybe I'll get rid of this lever right here. Since they are both linked up and they are currently both in that same position, then I'll pull that one again. And I'll bet that does it. Okay, the king's lever is now removed. Let's pull this one right here. Once more, lever is pulled and that bridge, oh, she opened. And the water is a-flowing. Oh, I'm excited, YouTube. I'm very excited. Down through the curvy tunnel, down to the reservoir. Now the water should flow out through each of these side channels down towards the trap hall and stop at the floodgates. Now these water pipes here have begun to fill up. Hey, would you look at that? Moral, the crocodile has been elected mayor again, ending Snout's mandate. Thank God. quivers. What the hell do you think this is? Anyways, this reservoir has begun filling up a little bit more. From the looks of it, it's going to take actually forever for that water to get down here, and especially for it to start filling up the cavern. So I'm just going to keep my dwarves busy, getting rid of some more of the stone. No sense in just sitting around, right? Kogan, the Ravenhammer, has become possessed. Very cool, very cool. Great, looks like he's a leather worker. Fantastic, just what I love to see. Okay, I made a leather works for this guy, and he does not seem interested. Honestly, I'm not sure what else he could want. We have all the craft workshops you could ever need. Leather worker, a tanner, miner. Maybe we don't have a mason workshop anymore? Let me just throw one down right over here. Alright, looks like it was claimed by this strange moon dwarf here, who's brought back some silver ore. You know what, bring back whatever the hell you want, I really don't care. I mean, no disrespect dwarves, but really nobody makes anything great. Alright, water has reached this canal here and has started to flow through, nearing the end of its journey. That is one beautiful walkway, I'll tell you, YouTube. Here is the water. It has reached the downspout, falls from the ceiling down into the pond. Fantastic. Now all we gotta do is sit back and wait for the cavern to fill up. Not fill up, that'd be ridiculous. Just kind of fill up a tiny bit in the bottom. You know what I mean. Alright, let's check on that strange mood fella. Here he is. Doesn't have something he needs. Bones. He needs bones. Rough gems, we have that. Leather, you son of a bitch. Bones, yes. Why the fuck does everyone want bones and leather? For God's sake. Okay, bones and leather. You need some bones, you need some leather, you son of a bitch. Where he already has some yak leather, some cat leather. I can already tell whatever the hell he makes is gonna be a piece of garbage. Okay, what can we butcher for this asshole here? How about some frickin' blue stray peacock? Look at that beautiful pond there, YouTube. What a wonderful thing. Not bragging or anything, but there's literally nothing better than this thing that I made right here. Alright, we just slaughtered that peacock for that dude, and he is off to go grab some bones, I'm sure. Hopefully somebody skins its hide. The water has started flowing down the canal here. As soon as it reaches the end, the cavern will begin to fill. I am super excited to see like big old trees and stuff in here. It's gonna be amazing. Let's see, he brought back those bones there. Now he's got a piece of wood. Please, God, be enough. Oh, yes. Kogan has begun a mysterious construction. Good job, buddy. You know what's gonna happen? Just realized it. I'm gonna put big old trees in here, right? And then goblins are gonna climb up the trees and then shoot arrows into the windows here. There's gonna be some sort of a problem in the future, I'll guarantee it. Someone's gonna climb up a tree, then jump into one of these archer roosts, and then scurry into the fortress and kill just probably like the king or something like that. Because that's Dwarf Fortress. My God, I'll tell you, YouTube, these past couple of episodes, a lot of planning, a lot of fort building sort of stuff, which I said initially that's what this fort was going to be about. Building. Doing amazing things like this big old cave and fortress here. But I'll tell you, I'm pretty fucking bored right now, honestly. So I think that Delersholid's going to go on a little hunting trip out into the caves here. What do you think about that? See what's out there? Kind of just explore the whole place. Kill some zombies. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll bring home some stories. Stories that'll be told across the world for many, many generations. Okay, the river is full now, and here we are. The overflow has begun. I really hope these piles of refuse here don't shift around too much with this water. I don't think they will. We'll finally be able to fish, too. I'm fairly certain we can fish in this water, which that's really exciting to me. We'll have to make a new cast for that, I think. I mean, we don't have anybody designated as fisher dwarves. I wasn't planning on ever being able to do that, honestly. You can see this one garbage pile has already begun to be messed up by this water, which scares the shit out of me because the water's barely even gotten to it. I don't want garbage in the pond here, YouTube, I really don't. See, it looks like the water is actually carrying it away in the direction that it's moving, which is cool up there, and I can't imagine this pile here by the fort's gonna be an issue, but I have this pile right here, which will get pushed. Oh. Okay. Kogan the Ravenhammer has created Nimravad, a native silver door. That's pretty cool. The Godly Arches, a native silver door. That's pretty neat. You know what? Just picture this, YouTube, just real quick. A silver door. A door crafted of dwarven silver, etched with runes, just at the mouth of some ancient fortress or something like that. With that in mind, whatever you just pictured, let's take a look at this monstrosity. Nimravad, the Godly Arches, a native silver door. This is a native silver door. All craft workmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with blue peafowl bone and encircled with bands of pear-cut precious fire opals, yak leather, pear wood, blue peafowl bone, and willow. This object is adorned with hanging rings of native silver. I'll bet you didn't picture any of that shit on your dwarven door that you just imagined up at the beginning of this whole thing. On the item is an image of a horse in cat leather. An image of a horse, not a dead horse, so that's good. The horse is in... Oh, It is a fucking dead horse. YouTube. The horse is in a fetal position. The artwork... Oh, fuck. The artwork relates to the passing of a horse in the scabrous prairies in the mid-spring of 1015. What the hell's the deal with this horse? Yeah, picture that, you know, you're at the end of some journey. You're at the Dwarven Gates. There's an enormous silver door. Okay, it's silver. That's pretty fucking sweet. And then in the middle, there's something not etched upon the silver. No, it's kind of inlaid. It's like, it's cat leather. Maybe there's tufts of fur on there. I don't know. You take a closer look, it's a horse. Okay, not a horse rearing up, not a horse galloping, anything like that. It's in the fetal position. And in the canon of this world, maybe you'll know about this because it seems to be quite a thing that dwarves like to talk about and shit. You'll be like, oh shit, right, that's that horse there that fucking died in the prairie there. And maybe you'll know why the hell it would be on the door. I certainly don't fucking know what the hell the big deal about this horse is. Oh my god, this horse, YouTube. Back down here in this whole garbage pile situation. I really, really don't want this shit to be pushed into the canal, YouTube. Alright, you can see that this sure actually got carried much farther than the stone gears and stuff. God damn it all, YouTube. I don't want this shit to be in the river. Oh my god. Okay, so maybe before the water goes any farther, I'm actually going to shut it off. I'm going to shut the water off and just move that dump pile, which is going to be probably an hour and a half or so that you don't have to sit through, but I'm going to deal with it stoically. You know, I'm looking through this pile here and I don't see anything but stone, YouTube. So maybe it would be fine to leave this pile. What do you say? It's a little risky. I guess I really don't want the stone to be down in the canal. I will hammer that home once more. What do you think? I'm just gonna go for it. I really hope this shit doesn't go in a canal. It's not gonna be a big deal if it does. If this entire pile got washed into the river, it would not be an issue at all, YouTube. I mean, I'd be fine. My dwarves would be fine. Nobody'd care. Except it would be down there. And it would bother the shit out of me. Just knowing that it's down there. Taunting me. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. This is all stone, YouTube. We're gonna be fine. I'm not too concerned. I'm actually pretty concerned. Don't. Statue, just stay in the pile, man. Be cool, man. Cause look at this. Right here, YouTube. You see this? All that beautiful blue right there? Unadulterated by any sort of junk at all. There's nothing in here, not even a single stone. We are getting there, YouTube. We are getting there. Almost completely covered with water up top. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking hunting expedition next episode. This whole sitting around for hours thing really, kind of sucks ass, to be perfectly honest. Look at that, all these Crundle zombies. Oh man, I want to kill those things. Next episode. Don't worry about it. Okay, the top half is completely covered with water. Which is great. Well, I don't know about this ramp. Okay, the ramp is covered with water. We're good. We are good on the ramp. Yeah, it doesn't look like this bottom garbage pile is moving anywhere, which is fantastic. Oh my god, imagine if I had shut off the water and moved all that stuff around. God, what a pain in the ass that would have been. Just this one little knob of dry land left. Okay, YouTube, and there we have it. The cavern is completely filled with water. Well, almost filled with water. Come on, man, just a little bit more, just that one little corner. Almost there. And almost there, one little corner, one tiny little corner. That's all we need. Just one tiny little corner. That's all. Just this one little corner. And the entire cavern is filled up with water. Just one tiny little grace. Okay, there we go. Thank God. Jesus Christ. The cavern is full and we will immediately pull this lever to let all of the water out through the bottom. Fort cavern outflow right here. Let's pull this one. A, P, pull the lever. Let's shut off the intake as well. I'm actually fairly excited to see this water flow out into the caves. And here it goes. Holy shit, huh? That was actually a lot faster than I thought it would go. God, I love this game. Filling up the caves. I really like the dwarven mindset of like, who the hell gives a shit about this natural area here? I mean, in real life, that's a monstrous mindset to have, but I mean, dwarves couldn't give less of a shit. Yep, it's a beautiful place filled with creatures and plants and all that shit, but now we're gonna fill it with water. Hey, remember that whole hunting expedition I said I was gonna have? Well, it looks like the caves are gonna be completely filled with water now, so never mind. I'm just kidding, I'm still planning something like that. Oh god, this stuff's getting really too close to my canal. I don't want... There's a table in the goddamn canal, YouTube. Of course there's a table. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, well I guess it's not that big of a deal. We will survive. It's gonna take quite some time for all this water to start evaporating. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna do what I love to do, YouTube, and get rid of all of this garbage. Rather, I'm gonna move it into one pile over by the fort here. And then I'll build a little crushing bridge or something like that. I know there's still a bunch of useful things in these piles too, so I'm gonna have to sort through it. Just a giant pain in the ass, really. I don't know, I'm a little torn up about what I should do about this stone exactly. There is so much of it here, all just kind of packed into a very tiny little area now. It seems a shame just to smash it all and have it become nothing. Maybe I should make some workshops or something and start just turning it all into crafts or something. I don't really need any furniture at this point. I'm sure I'm going to be doing some sort of a building project in the future, so I don't know if I got rid of all, this is literally all of this stone in my entire floor right now that I have available, besides like over the mines or something. I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it in a pile for now. Alright YouTube, that's going to about do it for the Trap Hall Maze. All of the bridges in there are set to be linked up right now, which is quite a feat. Altogether, this episode here has been loaded with boring stuff. Pretty horrible. I cannot wait for next episode. Alright YouTube, we're still getting rid of those stones below, but it looks like the Outpost Liaison has arrived. I don't even know if I should hope that we can trade with it this year. At least it's an interesting diversion from the whole just sitting and staring into space for hours thing. Okay, we're approaching the trade depot. We've gone past the traps, into the depot. I swear to God. They're still coming. That's a second wagon. I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. They're kind of like piling up on top of each other. God, please work. Come on, man. Are you kidding me, YouTube? They're leaving. YouTube. Again. Oh my God. Why are they leaving, YouTube? Okay, and there they go. Just as easy as that. You saw the whole thing. They sat at the little depot for a second, and then they just left. Just like that. Okay. There's obviously some sort of an issue. Because as we saw, they have traded here in the past, no problem whatsoever. I'm going to get rid of this place. I'm just going to deconstruct the trade depot and then rebuild it, I guess. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. What the hell is all this stuff? Did they just drop all their crap right here? Is that what they did? I think that's what happens. They come here and just pile up in the trade depot, and then the first wagon that comes in there explodes, drops all the crap all over the place, and just leaves. Oh my God, it's so annoying. We can't advance here at Delersholid until we do some more trading. I want to be the capital, but we can't do it. Oh my God, it's so annoying. Okay. And that gives us a whole bunch of more garbage to take care of too, which is just, I mean, that's awesome. That's fantastic. I'm so happy. YouTube. Oh my God. Okay, YouTube. What is this corpse? Why is there a corpse here? I, admittedly haven't been watching too closely. And I just saw someone's been interrupted by a corpse, and I'm just trying to sort out what the hell's going on right now. Okay, looks like Snout was fighting with some ravens. The artisan, Besmark has been called, was killed by raven corpses. Oh my God, I just ignore those things at this point. They just packed the shit out of this poor artisan. The artisan who was fighting back with a figurine of Rigoth hoof machines. I'm not seeing anything that would have killed this artisan, but there is a ton of it. Looks like eventually the artisan passed out from exhaustion, had all of their clothes torn into shreds, and then the ravens just went to town. Yeah, and that's it. They must have just did enough tiny amounts of damage that they bled to death or something like that. Well, it just goes to show you can never let your guard down here in Delersholid. Besmark has been called. I don't know who the hell that was. No one important, I assume. Oh boy, looks like some more stuff has fallen down into the canal. I have no idea how it would have gotten down there either. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But luckily the canal is draining right now and there's no more water coming in. So eventually my guys will be able to just stroll right down there and take that stuff out. Almost completely dried out in the cavern up here. Many more sprouts have begun. I believe the trap hall is completely all set now. And the one thing left to do is test out this lever. Now it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to make sure it worked exactly, I suppose. Well, that's not true, because a dwarf's going to come down here, pull the lever, then have to go back through this trap hall, and we'll see his progress. Just to make sure all the bridges are set up. Because remember, none of these bridges are going to look any different when they're up than from when they're down. Okay, so here comes our dwarf, going over to pull that lever, completely unfettered by any of these bridges whatsoever, just walks straight over the top of them. He heads up through the meeting hall, pulls the lever, and by my reckoning, all these bridges should now be up. Alright, he has to go around that bridge, up around there. Okay, YouTube, this is looking pretty good. Now imagine if you were a goblin coming down into the fort, he'd have to take that whole long winding route around there, giving his compatriots enough time to come in behind him, at which point we would lock up the doors and flood it with water. Yeah, it's looking like all those bridges are square at the moment. Fantastic. Okay, not to be too much of a bitch, but you gotta come back and pull this lever again, buddy. Sorry. You know what, YouTube? I probably should have to test it at some point, but I may have made a very grievous error here. Now, the trap hall empties out into this corridor right here, which leads out into the caves, which is great, but also leads out into the fortress here. Now, if this tunnel isn't wide enough to accommodate all that water, it could back up into the fortress cavern here. I'm not too worried about it though. It probably won't be an issue. Something I've been meaning to do this entire episode is give Tholtig here a real nickname. Tholtig is of course the Raven Lord or leader of the Ravenheads. Now in the comments between episodes, Isfor had suggested the nickname Tutor, which I really think makes a lot of sense, honestly. What with them being so good at teaching. Tholtig Tutor. Here we are. You're not really a fighter, you're more of a teacher. So that's what you get. Oh, actually, would you look at that now? Looks like Tholtig got quite a few more kills in that last siege there. In fact, 9 goblins to Tholtig alone. That's most of those goblins in that siege, I believe. Whatever. Oh shit, YouTube, would you look at that? We got rid of that entire pile of trash that was down here. Now it's all kind of just consolidated over here right by the fortress. We do still have one more big pile of trash up here by the pond, and maybe we'll take care of that between episodes. But that's gonna do it for now. I am sick and tired of moving garbage. There are still a few little puddles around, but most of the water is now gone. And our fortress cavern is nice and muddy, with plenty of sprouts, soon-to-be trees, just all over the place. That is a thing of beauty, I'll tell you. Still waiting for this water in the canal to get low enough so that we can get this garbage out, because that's really still bothering me. And then we can have that water flowing again down into the caves. I think we're going to wrap it up there, YouTube. Boy, we really did a lot in this episode, and not... well, I mean... We did do a lot during this episode. We got our water systems going, which, I mean, it's no small deal, certainly. But my God, was there a lot of waiting around. But it's all good. Next episode's gonna be a lot more interesting for me and you, hopefully. Look at this beautiful waterworks here, YouTube. Our big full reservoir here, just ready to fill up this trap hall, kill a load of goblins. I can't wait. And hopefully it doesn't end up flooding our cavern here. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, YouTube. And remember, if you happen to do any artwork about Delersholid here and somehow can manage to get it to me, I'll make sure to feature it next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode, YouTube. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time.